here thing. Can you see me now? So, sorry if you guys couldn't see. We had some technical issues this evening. So the three main world religions are all from Abraham. They're all Abrahamic religions. So clearly he had a large family that God blessed him with. But what fascinated me when I was reading this was that after God showed him proof, then he believed in him. It says that after God took him outside his tent, and now he said, look up towards the stars. And if you're able to count them, then you can see how many your descendants will be. You know, when my family were living in Vegas, sometimes we'd go to Utah. And on the drive to Utah, there's like a mountain that you pass. And after you pass this mountain, it's basically like all the lights that light up the sky in Vegas are basically pretty much darkened out. And you can count the stars, and it is unbelievable. It's unbelievable to see. So only after God showed him proof, then the pasuk tells us, that he believed in God and he thought it was an act of righteousness. Hold on a second. Abraham believed in God to leave his household. He believed in God to leave his family. He believed in God enough to smash the idols in his father's shop. He believed in God enough to fight in the war of the 4 kings and the 5 kings. He believed in God enough to tell his nephew, hey, listen, we got to split because I believe in God and I believe in doing business with ethics. What do you mean now he's telling me I believe in God? Here's what really stuck out to me. And here's the business connection too. So the next pasuk, it says that God is now about to tell him, hey, not only are you going to have kids, but I'm going to promise you that those kids are going to actually have an inheritance, right? They're going to get real estate. Like that's as good as it gets, right? Because back then it was pretty much you're a shepherd or you have real estate, or maybe you make wine or olives, whatever they did, right? So now he promises that not only are you going to have children and a legacy, but you're also going to have, I'm going to give them real estate so they're going to be taken care of. And what I love about this was that God has to promise him that his children, after he passes away, they're going to be taken care of. So hold on a second. When he's telling Abraham that he's going to have kids, he just shows him the stars. That's not really a sign that he's really going to have those kids. He just shows them this piece, and like he has faith. Okay, I'm going to have kids, and I believe the Hamin. I have faith. But then when he tells him that his kids are going to inherit the land beyond his lifetime, meaning something that God is promising Avram that he's not going to see in his lifetime. He can't actually see this is going to take place or not, because in fact, his children only take hold of land, bequeath the land of Israel or the land of Canaan after he passes away. So what happens is Avram now has to trust God for the time when God was showing him a sign for having the children. That was a sign that he's like, I believe you. But then at the point where he says that I'm going to give you something that you're not going to see in your lifetime, he doesn't need to see it. Why is it that in his lifetime he needs to see the sign, but not in his lifetime he doesn't need to see the sign? I'll tell you the answer. So when you're in business, the way it works is, and you're growing a Parnassa, you're growing leads, or you're working with employees, very often, in order to have faith in what will come in the future, you need to have something tangible to feel that there's some clear path to make Parnassa, to make money on something now. And because in the future, you don't know what's going to be. After the deal closes, in 2 years from now, you have no idea what's going to happen. But if you have the clarity in this moment, like Avram said, listen, I just need to see that there's something, I need to see that there's some traction here, and then I believe in you. And we see that right after here, there's a difference between faith, emunah, and belief. Of faith, which is like belief, emunah, and bitachon, which is trust. Trust meaning that you don't know if something's really going to happen or not because you can't see into the future. You're not going to be there. And so you're making decisions right now based upon something that you don't even know yet. And I think that in business, when you realize that there's 2 separate levels of how you make decisions based upon things that you don't know what's going to be. The first level is having faith in yourself and your ability to make decisions, and faith in other people, the other factors. But the second and the highest level is where you don't have further information and you trust that right now, based upon what I do know, I'll be able to create and have a legacy and success moving forward, even if I don't know what that is right now.